Sable joined halfway through. That's okay.
Hopefully.
Let me get some Starfinder music.
We'll
Where's the where is the? I gotta get my. I already hit. I literally like started my stream and then I'm like, okay, hold on. And I'm getting the music.
Oh boy.
Where's my?
We're live.
We are live. I'm
Twitch.
aggressively finding music. Here we go.
Hello, Twitch.
Welcome back, Twitch. Why are you here?
We want to
It's
do the
something.
funky recap.
Why?
I was hiding. Oh, not that kind of Twitch.
Why was
I was hiding.
Veronica
Sewer
was-
skewers for everyone.
Right, we're back to the Pokemon / Digimon episode. It wants to recap all the things that happened last session, not including the ending.
We finally got off the ship. We started on the ship, didn't we?
You started
Did all the
technically
malfunctions
getting to the ship, yeah.
Yeah. We got to the ship. We had all of the malfunctions that plagued the craft, which was a shocking amount of shenanigans that occurred, ranging from water flooding the entire first floor to radioactive running lizards that were McVibing. That
Yeah.
one Ash decided to say, "Want to see a magic trick?" and then shot him, and they all died. And then we got to the planet. And we were like, "This is neat," and our great friend Nigel was like, "All right, let's get ready for exploration. Are you guys prepared for this?" And all of us have horrible stats for exploration. And we like barely got into the forest and almost died like 4 times. And then we started moving towards the mountains, I believe. I could be wrong. And then as we were away, it started getting colder and getting to nighttime, so we started trying to find a safe place for camp. And I don't remember if we actually found the safe place or if we were just on our way to the safe place.
So you were on your way to trying to find a safe space.
Yeah.
I will give everyone a new chance at a survival check.
Okay.
Samira had a
Right.
nat 1 last time.
Can I continue using occultism with the...
Only because you're on a very funky... It will come up to later, but yes. But this will come back to bite you later.
I will give you
Occultism isn't a thing. Mysticism is what you're looking for.
mysticism. Yeah, mysticism.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
It's my best stat when it comes to something like this. Everything else is charisma oriented. It's not like I can intimidate the plants to tell me where shit is.
That's
I'll
not.
give you
For. That wasn't no time that one.
There you go. Have fun.
Oh,
A nice
okay.
little tips for you.
Here's.
Alright.
See my good roll. My good roll is going it straight into the trash. I would like to remind you. I did say Samir has never like really been outside. Like
Clearly,
the center of the kingdom.
there's Nigel.
How did
It's
I
not
roll the
even-
highest?
Oh my god, the highest was a 12.
And that was flat and root. That was root with the only one without bonuses. The only one without.
Okay, I want to point out that before Root met you all, Root's never been on a planet.
I think we're fucked. Guys, I think we're fucked.
Yeah, I think we're fucked.
This is a little bad.
Just a little bit. A little bit? Yeah.
The double. Hold on, I gotta screenshot this for Saber. Hold on.
won't
There's
say
the double nat 1.
Double. I see the nat 1. I'm like, no way, I'll get a nat 1. No way. They did the exact same, just 4.
Remember, kiddos, the odds were low, but they weren't 0.
The odds of rolling that one are
Every-
never 0.
Everyone, give me
Oh,
that
that's
perception check.
Something
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
You're gonna need.
I'm
You're gonna
good
need this
at-
perception.
Know what? I'm boosting this. Fuck it.
Boost the perception.
Fuck it.
You got
have
some
some-
high rolls for.
I can't.
I got plus 10, and all I rolled
Here we
was an
go.
average.
There we go.
Yeah. I got plus 12, nice.
Yeah.
Let's see, we got Samir. Go ahead and give me that, Tom. Give me the perception. I think we're obviously we're good, but just for the sake of the brevity here. Oh, they have a +0. They have a +1 to perception.
Yeah, it's not. It's bad. It's real bad.
So,
it's not. It's
as-
maybe, you know. Yeah, it's okay.
So as you were going through this, and of course, Nigel will get his, of course, just to be included. Yeah, it's good.
Oh,
Yay!
God.
So, Unicorn Rhinos, that's one of y'all.
It's me.
You're gone.
That's me, Dio.
It's me.
There we go.
Because there's reasons for it. I could go into the whole backstory, but like, eh.
So, what's actually happening is all of you are going to take... Yeah, take 7 stamina damage. Let me double check. Let me see if that's not too much. I'll just assume everyone's full HP. Yeah, everyone
Okay,
put your
yeah.
stamina and stuff in full.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm at.
I was
I'm
like,
at
I'm down 4.
I will say, technically, I'm going to take a resolve point away from you, Rhyme. It won't matter, but for brevity.
Okay, yeah. My
We're-
resolve!
We're healed, right? Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're healed.
We start at full and then
I
take
was dealing with Zed. I was like, what?
Yeah, so yeah, you take, I got really high. Nitrous.
There we go.
So, you managed to all take Colin, like, you realize that you've been trying to, like, you realize that you're trying to, like, find some sort of, like, cover. You basically are going through, like, one of you tries, like, Samira tries pointing out something that would make fantastic cover, and then, like, the cover crashes, and, it basically hurts them. Ash tries to find a area, and, like, you're pretty sure that Ash finds a really nice, like, river or something to stay in, and then the river, like, collapses, and you fall in the river, taking more cold damage. Like, you're all trying to think that, trying to outsmart the actual, like, wilderness, and, like, no one seems to be able to outsmart the wilderness.
I applied camping knowledge to actual wilderness. Apparently, they do not line up. I was like, there's a clearing. There has to be like a shack with like food and stuff in there. Nope, there wasn't. It was just more plants. I'm like, wait a minute.
Did I also take stamina damage?
Yes, everyone takes the. Yeah, you rolled a 12. You could. I will give you. I'll say you only take. I will give you an extra 2 stamina back.
How much is it?
7. So you all rolled
Gross.
lower 7. You
Cool.
all rolled lower 10.
Fair.
I will say, luckier for you all, there does seem to be amongst the clearings as all of you are frantically trying to find some place to keep warm. Nigel brings up that he knows of an old colleague of his, someone he hasn't talked to in a very long time. And their greenhouse seems to be just up, not too far from where you're at.
Nigel, why didn't you tell us that earlier? We could have gone there instead of trying to set up camp.
That would have been relevant information to us.
I've been
He was always an eccentric lad, my dear. I never really wanted to trust him much, but in times like these, adventurers do what adventurers must.
That's fair. Also, A lot of us really haven't been outdoors that much.
Mm.
This is my first time being outdoors. I was in a lab for most of my life.
I was in space all my life.
I was in my kingdom all my life.
Apparently,
I've been on a
camping-
planet like 3 times.
Make it 4?
Camping is a lot easier than this.
Camping
Good
is a lot
God.
easier in the simulations.
I can't be in simulation.
Simulation.
Camping simulator.
Camping
never-
Sim 2023.
Never actually. You've been camping before. You just simulate it the entire time.
With a,
Yeah,
with,
like, yeah,
like you're not even like in a like a holodeck. You're just sitting in your chair with VR on, with a VR headset.
Yeah, I was thinking like job simulator type.
So immersive.
So
So
immersive.
immersive. This is a like hot dog dispenser. You put it in like a toaster that's just weighing on like a stack of wood. Campfire cooking.
Yep,
I
and
have
for some
no
reason
idea.
streams being a little bit weird.
Yeah, that's what you say. It's being weird.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to manually adjust. I'm going to have to make a new browser source for the game.
My God.
I don't know why the, normally that works just fine. I will let you get adjusted to the map. So do you go inside the greenhouse? It is very cold outside. You are continuing to take damage.
Oh, I
I
am
think
for
Us is
sure
just
pushing.
running in.
Oh, I will give you, yeah, you do get put in that damn
I
crossbow.
would say I'm for sure pushing Nigel in there.
Yeah. So we would go in there as well after Nigel.
Perfect.
This is huge. This is a greenhouse.
Yes,
Well,
it is a massive greenhouse that upon looking on it, you see what looks to be a humongous greenhouse filled with all sorts of various creatures and critters, galore people and things, and you just see what looks to be a very elderly looking man and his pet cyber dog, and he seems to be watering the plants as the greenhouse doors open because you're on a planet where he doesn't really expect people to show up.
Man's forgot to lock his own doors.
Didn't lock the door. That was his fault. I guess I push Nigel forward, like it just. It's like a you deal with that.
You first.
You first.
You
Not
go
myself.
have to or friend of the
Man.
You gotta see, this is smashing, folks. I will be right back as I get reacquainted with my lovely old chap here. You don't manage to hurt any of the plants, and we'll see what I can get out of the lad. He's always the youngins these days. The greenhouses.
Is that a cactus Bulbasaur?
It's a succulent Bulbasaur.
It's a
Oh, that's even
succulent,
better.
succulent Bulbasaur.
Dude, I want to eat it. Looks so good.
What?
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 Look at him. Looks phenomenal.
There we go.
Can't tell me that doesn't. Look at the freaking smushies over here.
Look at how many squawkses there are.
Alright. Seems to be a.
This one's my favorite.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This one seems familiar to me though, for some reason.
There you go, got rid of the old browser source.
It's almost like in a past life, I knew that.
What?
Who's supposed to be the saver?
I think Utama's gonna look at Ash and just kind of what
He goes up to
is
start
all of
talking
this?
to them. You can try listening if you want, but it is a very far away conversation.
I think Otama's going to start wandering around and kind of looking at it because she's never seen this much vegetation before. So she's just in wonderment, kind of looking through. I'd move, but the game is paused.
Yeah, Root
Oh, there we go.
is
You're good.
basically doing the exact same thing that Otama just said.
Smear is going to walk around, but they do want to listen to the conversation.
You want to give me are you trying to stealthily listen, or are you just like turning
like,
your head, like clearly
They're
listening?
like casually like sitting over here, messing like looking over the plants while paying attention to the conversation. Try to be casual about looking over the plants while actually trying to get involved, like listen to the conversation. I don't know what you want me to roll for that. Bluffing.
Just give me a perception check to see how well you hear the conversation.
Fair enough.
Yes. You rolled a 5.
It's a +10 though.
The 5.
Plus 10.
It's Sunday. I can't roll above 7.
That's for Tuesday games.
You do hear, I will say, you do hear, he says, "Ah, Professor Maple, it's good to see you again, lad. How's the greenhouse doing?" As you just hear, says, Nigel, you come all the way back to my house. Are you here to ask for more favors? Have you had enough trouble out there? I thought I taught you way back when how to keep surviving out there. He seems to be slightly frustrated. Who's all these people you're bringing to my greenhouse? Are these your new people you're trying to take on adventures again? Nigel, you know what happened to the last group that you tried taking on adventures? Darling, Professor Maple, that was simply a tragedy. You gotta see him holding up his binoculars. As you can see, my eyesight is better than ever, and I'm able to finally see where I need to go. I even have these prescription binoculars.
Guys, fucking blind.
You just see him holding out the binoculars directly in front of his face, directly at the guy.
Guys, I'm imagining like the what was that like new like Samsung or whatever VR headset
Yeah.
where it like recreates your eyes on like
That's
the
an Apple. It's the fucking IC or whatever they wanted to call
Yeah.
it.
That's what I'm imagining for these binoculars. Just see
Oh,
him recreation of his eyes on like the end of the lenses.
No, Nigel. I actually had to go and my dog found those bodies of your last adventures, so luckily I was able to get my clothes back. Are you trying to go to the mountains again, Nigel? Why, yes, of course. As you can see, I have a lovely contract with a particularly fanciful company, if you will, and we're looking to capture the specific specimen in the frosty forest of the mountain. How do you want from me? Well, as you can see, we need some warmer clothes, as I did not think to prepare them again for the wilderness that we have to explore. If we could perchance borrow, my darling, some clothes for the forestly wilderness of the mountains, that would be ever so grateful, Professor Maple, darling. You kind of see him like pacing around with his cane, as the dog seems to be almost like almost like following like hip and hip. As you see, like the dog's like almost ready to, do whatever he commands at any moment. As he begins to walking back and forth. I've been trying to, these days, with this bad leg of mine, I've not been able to go get more plants like I've used to, and it's been so cold out there. Tell you what, Nigel, you're able to give me some seeds from a particular plant, and I'll give you all the clothes you need to survive that mountain. Simple plant forestry? You insult me with such a simple task, Maple. You really expect me to go plant foraging? if you want those clothes to not freeze your butts off in that mountain, you better give me those seeds. You see him like pointing the cane aggressively at Nigel, and Nigel just staring back with his binoculars. Very well, my darling. I might will inform my new associate compatriots of the Companious Company, and we will be on our way. Make sure they don't eat any of the plants here. If you want food, it'll cost you extra. Of course, Professor Maple. You see, you hear all of this, Samira.
Hear all of this.
You just see Nigel turn his head around with his binoculars. His binoculars are pointed directly at you, Samira. There is no hiding what he's looking at. Ah, yes, the young lizard folk.
Yes, Nigel.
I seem to have acquired a perpetual solution for a precarious problem.
And what foolish solution is this?
We just have to go acquire the seeds of a very voluptuous, voracious plant in the wintry biome, and we'll have all of the copious cold protection we need.
All we need to acquire is just some simple seeds, really. That's it. Anything more to it?
Yes, they seem to be in the center of the plant. The plant seems to be voraciously aggressive, though.
Well, it's just a plant. It shouldn't really be that hard to take care of.
Precisely, my precocious companion. Let us gather the others so we may go on the wilderness adventure to the Winterlands. You see, he holds out a map and he's like zooming in like on the binoculars like 1 inch away from the map as he's like looking at the map.
Binoculars are touching the map.
With these new prescription binoculars I got from the company, I'm able to do whatever I need in the wilderness. Everyone else may roleplay along with the greenhouse in the meantime.
Otama's gonna walk up to the old dude and just kind of, Mister,
Kind of leans down. I don't think I've caught one of you before. Kind of looks down. What species are you, dear child?
She kind of looks for a second, pulls her foxtail around, pulls the second foxtail around. Fox?
Hey, Jock! 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 You see him, like, yelling towards the sky before, like, You see him pull out some, like, acorns in his, like, pocket. Jock! You see, like, a squirrel come flying, like a gliding, like, fox squirrel come flying down as, like, it lands on, like, his shoulder as he's, like, staring between you and this, like, squirrel thinking, one tail, two tail. A one tail, two tail. Did you evolve from this thing, young child? You see, like, the squirrel fox just chilling on his shoulder.
No. You could ask my mom what I am, and she'll point over at Ash. At Ryman, and then she'll just kind of, but I had a question. How did this happen? How did you make all of this? What are these called? And she'll kind of start pointing at the different plants and trying to figure out what exactly she's seeing.
Finally, the youth being interested in something that this old man actually specializes in. Come on over here. And you see, like, the squirrel, like, come up on top of his head as he starts, like, walking with his cane around the dog at his hip. He says, this is my greenhouse. My old grandpappy built this, and then I was building it when I was just a young lad, and we built this thing to study the plants of the forest. So many different plants on this planet, and I've been my whole life studying them, and still haven't found every single plant that this world has to offer. And he points out, that right there is a peculiar Venus flytrap, capable of consuming whole creatures, large and small. As you see, it has like a humongous mouth that's like, its wingspan alone is like at least like 2 feet long on both sides. I once lost one of my squirrel things to that. I have to go get special food for that one. Sometimes it talks. It seems to keep calling me Seymour. But that's a story for
I was
later.
about to ask that.
Um,
I'm hungry, Seymour.
I found if I just feed it a little bit of blood, it keeps happy.
That sounds problematic, but I mean, kind of cool at the same time. Does it change depending on the like type of blood you feed it? Like if you feed it like one of those like insect creatures' bloods, is it like different than like if you feed it like your own blood?
I'll tell you, one time I tried to feed it a chameleon, and then I couldn't find it for a whole week.
Because it.
It adapted. It adapted to the thing it consumed. Crazy
that's
plan.
Yeah, that is weird. But I feel like you could almost turn that into like a tactical advantage if you had to like deal with somebody, because you could like give it a chameleon and then like set it outside, or like set it outside then give it a chameleon. And
Oh,
it's only
watch
a
out.
temporary. It's a temporary thing, right? It only lasted like a week, so I mean, like you could definitely use that as like a tactical advantage. And if she just starts mumbling.
Yeah. Just like, yeah. And those, if you want to watch out, I'd watch out for them. There's a few of those by that plant. They seem to form some symbiotic relationship with that forest plant that Nigel's gonna go get y'all to go get. Come points out. And this one's my arthritis plant. It just seems to be a plant with like multiple like leaves. You can bake it, smoke it, put it in a stew. That thing will cure your arthritis in minutes.
What's arthritis?
It's when old people get too old and their bones don't like them anymore.
I'll kind of look over at Ash to check if that is an accurate definition of arthritis.
So you see, arthritis, they have these like, pads where your joints are, right? And when people move around a lot, and sir, I'm sure you've moved around a lot in your life, given the development of this area. Those pads wear away, and your bones start grinding against each other, and it becomes horribly painful to move around.
Yeah, my old grinding bones. That's why I got this old plant. I call her Sally. It's just clearly it's just clearly a weed plant.
We call her Mary Jane. It's
Sally
an
Jill.
indica. It's an indica plant, so you can get indica buds. Oh, there you go.
Eventually, he does redirect you to what you were saying. He redirects you, and of course, my assistants. I got the shroom people. They seem to like the greenhouse. They get to do all the exploration they could ever want. You're gonna see one of them like picking like they seem to be picking the petals off the flowers in the middle, and they seem to almost like they dissolve them in their hands into like some form of liquid, and then they seem to pour that liquid inside of a funnel into like a small vial. These things love to water my plants, and in return I let them do all the experimenting they want with the plants. Something about forming some kind of army for something one day, but they seem to be working so happily here.
I will have no repercussions later.
Interesting. And these things, do they talk to you?
Yeah, you kind of, yo, Shroomy, why don't you show our guests what you got concocting today? By the way,
Anyway.
Professor Maple. You kind of see him, like, scurry underneath the table, like, over to you, Ash, and they hand you this vial. This
I'm
is
just
what I've been
imagining
working on.
Hey, like they could have walked around and it would have taken the same amount of steps, but instead they decided to dive through the table. Like,
It just squished down.
Squished.
You see, like, their legs are only like a few inches off the ground. They're just like little tiny stubs on this huge body. You are unsure of how they are not toppled over at any given moment, but they seem to basically making themselves perfectly stable. The
So
tiny
what-
legs.
So what is this?
This one I have in kind of place. This one's called Nightshade. You kind of see with one little drop of this, it's like you go to sleep for a long time. And now I'm making a special brew with it.
That seems a little yeah, what do you... Interesting. Go to sleep for a long time. Yeah. This is a very, very interesting plant to have around. Say, you, what are you planning to make with these? Huh?
One day, we must find a way to expand the fungal horde. And the plants have taken too much time on this planet. We must make sure the fungal horde gets to expand in their turn. It's their turn in the life cycle, no longer the regular life cycle of the plants above. It's time for the fungal rising.
We're gonna just sort of take a slow step backwards
It's a fungi revolution.
and be like, alright.
Would you like a vial?
Yeah. Yeah. Hand one over.
If you can, try using it on the local plant life. I've made sure it doesn't work on fungi, so there's no way you could possibly hurt us with it. So giving it to you could only prove chaos for those which we to destroy.
Listen, you know, fungi are the most resilient. So, power to you, man. And you're gonna pull out a, she's gonna pull out a hand and like go for like a handshake.
You're gonna see like the little tiny stubby hand like comes out. It's like you realize that they don't have fingers, but they do have almost like a paw print level of like suction cups on their hands, so they can grab onto things as they kind of grab onto your hand to handshake it as well.
Rhyme sort of like winces a little. I think it just like sort of their entire hands get sort of like suctioned. And like stay on the grind, mate.
They will
Hope you
hand
well.
you. Oh, let me get stream a little bit. There we go. They hand you a bottle of nightshade poison.
Bottle of nightshade.
You will deal if you when applied to a weapon. The first time you damage someone, they make a fortitude save of DC 15, and if they fail, they take 3d6 damage and false, and then if they fail, they have to pass a will save or fall asleep for a minute.
Fall asleep for a minute.
Damn.
Very
Damn.
Tell me. Are there any fungi outside this lab like you guys?
We are many. We are strong. We are soon to be stronger. We are all connected. You talk to one of us, you talk to all of us. We are all connected through the microspore and the macrospore. We are all
We do not
connected.
forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.
They say, right now we are underground, but we will soon be many times above the ground once we can find a way to survive in broad daylight.
Alright.
He's always
I
a
wish you
joker.
well at that.
I love my little Swoomy. Always the jokester talking about them domination of the plant life. I love the youth and their aspirations.
You know what? Have you like, helped these guys at all with their thing?
Yeah, I saw him out there I saw one of them and took one of them in myself. He kept saying, we this and we that. So I guess he was just really friendly. So I kind of brought him in here. He said he wanted to look at all my plants, so he's been watering the plants every day, keeping up the life here. He seems so friendly to the plant life around here, I decided to keep him. Keeps everything watered.
Hmm.
He does these little
Yeah.
experiments on him. This is what he picked out today.
I like these little guys. Hey, and yeah, I just sort of go like, hey, Shroomy, you guys need a way to like survive the sun, right?
Yes, right now we can only reproduce in the dark. We must find a way to reproduce in the light, or cause the fungal to be able to grow in the sunlight. That way we can grow and take over the planet. We must move from what underneath now will be above. From what the roots now will be the leaves.
Do you mind? I'm very interested in your goals. Do you mind if I take a I take a little sample and try seeing if I could do anything about that?
Sure, what are you looking
No.
to take a sample of?
I don't know, I'm assuming like they're fun. I'm just anything that would just sort of like regrow under like a I basically just want to take like a little bit of them that can like grow in a lab.
Just a little
You-
chunk of you.
You could take off of I would say that it says, do you have anything of equal exchange?
Of equal exchange. Let me see if I'm rummage around my bag. Let me see.
Just look at the psychic inhibitor.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Hmm. Let's see. I'm gonna pull out a antitoxin. And be like, I have one of these. It's my own special formula. It's specifically for counteracting poisons and stuff. Some of these plants can be kind of dangerous.
We have
and
noticed that.
A lot of them a lot of plants are really poisonous. That's a main way how they defend themselves. So I'm gonna give this to you, and if you can figure out how to remake it.
Roll me a
use
diplomacy.
stuff here. Diplomacy.
Even a diplomacy check.
Let's go a +4.
He you kind of see, he says, yes, this will be great in the upcoming battle. All of those plants will not see it coming. I will reproduce this immediately. You see him as like his suctiony hands like grabs hold of the bottle, and like he just completely grabs it, and then you see him like he kind of runs his hands along like his hair essentially, and just like removes half of like the coal on top of his head, and just hands it to you. Then he's missing like half of his hair now.
Dude, this is amazing. Thank you. I'm gonna shove it into my backpack.
You now
I'm
have
putting it in like a little plastic bag.
you now have a specimen of Shroomy.
Shroomy light. Oh, the war crimes that could be committed with Shroomy.
You have Shroomy's
about
hat.
Shroommy's hat.
What's Root doing in all of this?
Root has been examining all the plants and with almost like a childlike innocence, is kind of like, you know, feeling the different leaves and like looking at all the different creatures here and kind of just walking around. There isn't a particular way that that Root like can be useful here, I think. So Root's just kind of like letting Nigel talk to Professor Maple, and yeah, Root's just exploring, hanging out.
You have a +9 in medicine.
Yeah, I am biological. I am partly biological. Yes.
Why do you sound so unsure? Yes, I am biological. I swear. My programming tells me I am biological.
I am a living flesh.
Yes.
The company tells me, so I am.
Yeah.
What I'm unsure about is why Zerd is asking, because
Yeah.
am I poisoned? I touched something, didn't I?
No, I'm just saying, like, if you want to investigate like any medicinal properties of anything, you could.
Like if you found like an aloe plant or
Yeah. If you wanted to look at like any specific plants, I would let you roll because you also have a +4 in life science. So if you wanted to interact with any of the plants or even animals, you could. You do have both medicine and life science trained if you wanted to try something with that. You don't have to, but if you
I
want to
actually don't
invite.
have life science trained.
Oh, you still
I
have
don't have
+4
skill rank in it. I don't have any skill
it's just their
intelligent modifier.
yeah.
You don't have to interact with it if you don't want. Just give me the option. Because that's, I'm not sure if there's anything else he wants to do. There's supposed to be the Squawks grand reveal for Sailor. The grand reveal of the Squawks once again. But I'm sure you'll have to come back to this place anyways.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, does I mean, yeah. I was trying to be like, oh, like she'll like wander around and get like she probably got distracted by one of the creatures and is just chasing them now.
As Ash decides to quickly gain the favor of mushrooms that literally have a singular hive mind connected across. You're not too sure how far distance.
Listen, all I'm saying is that if we need to nuke a planet, a bunch of mushrooms would be a way to do it.
There's way too many mushroom. There's way
We
too
can
many mushroom
spread
war crimes in my games.
We can
Too
spread
many.
your hive to another planet.
I don't know why.
And
It's like, oh, you have mushroom. You know, it's like if I had a nickel for every time mushrooms caused war crimes in my game, I'd have 2. It's not very many, but it's very odd that it happened twice.
It's a weird amount.
weird amount of mushroom war crimes.
Mushroom war crimes. God damn it.
With that, I will say you do have the map to the foresty area, where he requires you to grab the seeds of the forest plant, which he is too elderly to be able to do himself.
Fucking old.
You're
How does he
one.
live alone here now? His only company is genocidal mushrooms now? Shit.
And the dog.
Mushrooms
And
and
the
the
dog.
squawks.
And
Well,
the
I hope
dog.
it's a damn good service dog because
Apparently
Also, I'm
that's-
imagining
Good.
in the background that this guy is just screaming constantly.
Ah,
He's a screamer. Just hear like a
it's just the
All
yelling.
time.
It's just the yelling over the mountain guy.
yeah.
Endless
the-
scream.
I love the fact that it's an Arctic fox.
Yeah, it's an Arctic.
Yeah.
I looked up squawks, and that was one of the ones that came up. The
Mm.
Arctic
God,
squawks.
it looks so
Arctic
cursed.
squawk.
I love it. Like some of these look good, some of them look so cursed.
Someone.
It
I
was
like
a
this.
very odd. Yeah, the succulent Bulbasaur I found on FA because I was trying to find a Bulbasaur that wasn't Bulbasaur, and I found the succulent Bulbasaur.
Oh, it's so
That's
good.
pretty
Little
good.
lad.
It's adorable.
is.
Mean.
It is chilling over there entirely.
Entirely good.
So who wants to go
We'll heal him
start?
someday.
Who wants to go start combat with the plant?
What?
So
I
Mira
have a,
walking over with the map. So
I'm
so you
kind of
get
on the mushroom side. of this.
warmer clothing. They hold up the map where they mark the area marked where you can go. When you go here, you get some seeds from a very aggressive plant. From what Nigel told me.
Is there
Alright.
is there any way that our new friend would be able to like give us like something to deal with the aggressive plant? Like maybe like a sleeping spray or something like that we could use to just make it not attack us?
I have a bottle of nightshade. That'll work on it.
Oh, nightshade.
It's a funny poison.
Funny poison.
You know, we should be able to. And I'm gonna be honest, we're fighting a plant. If anyone's got like lasers or like fire stuff, that'd probably work wonders on this thing.
Well, remember we need the seeds, so we can't exactly use fire and burn it.
We can
Yeah,
burn
but then
some
they'd be
of it.
roasted, so maybe they would taste good.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't think he wants roasted. It doesn't say roasted seeds is what we need. It just says
Oh.
normal seeds. That's all.
Okay, okay.
No fire and no stirring the actual core of the plant.
I won't summon a volcano this time then.
Yes, no volcanoes this time.
Puts away laser rifles, sadly.
So how wait, do we just need to get it seeds? Does it have any like specific requirements for like how it has to be stored?
Huh?
Or can we just grab the seeds?
Nigel, do we just need the seeds normally? Do they need to be stored in a specific way?
You guys is Professor Maple. What do you know about this voluptuous, this Arctic plant that you describe? Yeah, you just gotta get the seeds in the middle of it. It's like one of those flowers that keeps all the seeds in the middle. You just gotta go up and grab it out of them. Plant doesn't want me near it though. Those vines keep attacking me every single time. It's on the middle of an icy lake too. Don't go falling in either.
Like a sunflower.
But like, does it need to stay cold if it lives in a cold environment?
Oh, you just grab those seeds. I'm sure Shrimmy will figure out a way to regrow it.
Oh, okay. So wait, could we bring back burned seeds then, or would that?
Oh,
destroy
nah.
it?
You can't have them destroyed. You don't have to store them in any fancy way, but you can't have them damaged, that's for sure.
Gotcha.
Yeah. What would be the best way to do this? I think,
that.
Don't go blasting it with any of your fancy lasers either. That thing's gonna fry those seeds faster than anything. And I don't need no pop seeds over here.
Mhm.
sure,
Normal operation work.
Yeah. Is there
think
like
they can,
a extractor that we need or something like that?
Nah, I basically flaunch its seeds around like it's some kind of pride about it. It's always chilling in the middle of the seeds, middle of the plant, though. It's very protective of them. I once tried to get a squawk to fly down and grab them, but it didn't work very well.
Oh, damn, I was
It
expecting
ate the squawks.
I was expecting we'd have to cut it open or something.
Hmm.
It's just out in the open. Dude, that'll be easy.
It's like one of these Venus flytraps over here. It's right in the center. You see the seeds? It's like you take one of these and it's right in the center. So you have to get right in the middle of it. And those things are sharp as heck. All the little tentacles around it.
Tangles around it. All right.
The plant vines. This thing's light as heck though. I managed just to stay on top of that ice. The roots go all the way down to the bottom of the ice.
That's about the ice.
What ice? Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Is there? Do you know how it like sees if anything?
Say
Like,
feeds?
sneak up on it?
Sees.
Oh,
Sees.
sees?
Like sneak up on it?
I think it's like one of these fungal things. It seems to know everything around itself.
God damn it.
Mm.
I'm not sure how deep those roots go. That's a big old plant.
Yes, did I hear my name?
Not your root. Wrong root.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah. All right. All right.
If I had a way to get it myself, I wouldn't be sacrificing my winter clothing, so whenever Nigel and y'all get lost, I have to go find your bodies to get my winter clothing back.
We're not gonna lose. Listen, we're capable. All right. Look at Root over there. What is Root doing?
Just consuming a plant. See how it tastes.
Huh.
It doesn't taste like anything, just like everything else. Weird.
Completely professional.
Yeah. Root's just kind of like fussing around with everything, completely
Yeah.
forgetting.
Completely forgetting about the entire thing. He's like, yeah, this shit's fun.
If we manage to get all the seats intact, I'll even throw in some of my scuba gear too. If you return the winter clothing.
Yo, what the hell is that?
Scuba gear.
Yeah,
Dude, you need to go
Nigel.
to the-
Yeah, Nigel said something about y'all having to go down into the water to get one of them sea creatures.
That's true.
Sure.
Interesting. Look at that. Also, use that for this. You say, I put down a deposit of, 150 credits.
What am I
Oh,
supposed to do with these credits? What am I supposed to do? Trade them with the squawks? Acorns would be more pricier than these. Shoves your credits back at you.
Oh my god. Okay, fine. Let me rummage around this thing. Fuck it. You could probably use this here. He's gonna get something for basic maintenance, and a kit and supplies for maintaining just maintaining various things. But I'm giving him I'm giving him 2 toolkits, engineering and the maintenance kit.
What are you asking
on.
for in return? Oh, for
I
collateral?
want a scuba gear. I want to borrow a scuba gear.
He will give you the scuba gear if you return the winter clothing. As long as you then return the scuba gear after. It is free.
Totally fair, dude. I want that scuba gear. I wanna go under the water.
You will. You can also technically you can also do that one first, but it is there's the underwater Pokemon, there's the icy Pokemon, and then there's the river one. You're getting winter clothing to handle the winter one.
The winter one, yeah. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, I suppose we'll be on our way. Everybody?
If there's nothing else, we should be on our way.
Yeah. Get the seats then.
God damn it.
On our way then.
Roll out.
Let's go.
You make your way. It's not too far away from where he is. It's maybe a 2-hour walk to where he is, where the thing on the map is. You eventually make your way over to what looks to be a small pond in the middle of what looks to be the forest almost. There seems to be an old, very old trail that seems to be abandoned long ago. Snow basically covering over it, and then almost just completely covering the path. A few of those Venus flytraps that you mentioned, that he mentioned, are kind of decked around you. They seem to be closed up, as if they have actively been consuming something at the moment. You do not see a small kid. Just gonna.
No. It's
There we go.
that.
You see a giant rock to the right of you, a giant rocky cliff to the right of you.
Oh,
Damn, I thought there was going to be some warmth and comfort here. Could
No,
have
I
a snack
blind-
before we.
I replaced it with
Oh,
rock
yeah.
and stone.
No.
yo, we got some berries. Let's go.
You
Let's
do
go.
see what looks to be a giant icy plant in the middle of the lake. It seems to be coming out of the lake itself with the whole area frozen around it. It doesn't seem to be being choked by the ice around it. It seems to be thriving because of it. You are unable to see how far down the roots go, as the roots seem to be going through the water into what you can only imagine would be the soil beneath this lake.
Okay. Who likes water the most?
Isn't that ice?
It is solid ice.
Yeah.
It is. It is ice. So ice doesn't go down forever.
How long? How quickly does our stamina come back? By the way.
You have to get a 10
You have
minute
to
rest.
take a 10-minute rest. Would you all like to spend a resolve to get your stamina back?
Actually, yeah, that would refresh my biohacks too. I kind of need that.
I think
Wait.
that I think that would be a good idea.
The game
That's
gives you
fine.
too many resolves.
It's because we're supposed to be using them for abilities, so we don't have access to those yet.
I don't have abilities yet. Not you.
Yeah, I think it's just smart to be at full hit points right now, and we did spend at least 10 minutes talking to people in
Yeah.
the greenhouse.
Yeah.
He would have let you rest there a little bit.
We just camped out in there and didn't tell him. We're just fine.
There it is. That's the big giant plant that guy was talking about. We should go and get it.
100%. All right, so
We should be careful though, because they did talk about those big eating plants that call him Seymour.
yeah. Everything.
What?
Oh shit! Wait.
They're-
did they move?
There are big like Venus flytrap plants that he had said would be around here.
Oh my god! Wait.
They'd eat a small creature, potentially protogen sized.
Look at Ruth, small size. Look at Samira, also small.
Looks at a Tama.
Also small.
Ah.
Um,
Hmm.
hmm.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Okay, so we blast these things, and then we can take care of the one in the middle.
Well, we don't know how far its vines stretch out from the ice. It could. Is there any indication of like vines in the ground coming from the direction?
Everything is covered in snow.
There's no way to tell. Okay.
All right.
There is some that you do see that are closed up. There and there and there. They seem to be closed up right now.
Hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what my plan was. I don't know about what you guys want to do with these guys, but I was planning on the reason I want the scuba gear is I want to melt through this ice and sort of come at the plant from underneath and try to hit its roots.
You want to hit Rude? What?
Hmm.
Ria.
Don't hit me.
I had an idea. Well, maybe I could. You know, I have that volcano spell. maybe rip it open, maybe cast it under the ice to warm up all the water?
The plant seems to be vibing to the left and right. It seems to be grooving at the moment.
Would maybe that work?
Just laughing, right?
Zoda chuckling in his knowledge.
Derda.
If you saw what I was seeing.
Huh.
It is some grooving plants right now, as it seems to be dancing left and right to music that doesn't seem to be playing.
Root's
Or
hysteria.
what's the plan?
So
You guys want to go with the underwater idea?
Would anyone like to connect to the plant's thoughts?
Is this Boulder's Gate?
If only we had a psychic.
can Nigel talk to
Nigel talk to the plant.
He seems to be Nigel seems to be chittering with a squirrel at the moment, an actual just playing squirrel. Chitter chitter, chitter chitter, darling, chitter chitter.
It's the fucking,
Kronk.
Kronk, yeah. Squeak squeakums, squeak 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 squeakums, squeak squeakums.
But yeah,
He's standing there menacingly.
menacingly?
if you guys have another idea for
I mean,
Like,
I can
So-
also make a smaller flame, and she'll kind of produce a little flame in her hand.
what?
Mm.
Dude, that'll work. I mean, we really just have to get through. 'Cause I don't think it'll be too much of an issue. Well, can you pause?
Okay, pause.
Otama,
Uh-oh.
Oh.
as you move onto that square, give me a reflex save, Otama.
Oh no.
I will.
Wait, it's +7. It's not horrible. That's a 15. That's not horrible.
I will say I would also be doing this because I want to go up. I basically want to like try and like super overheat my body to just try to like use my body heat to melt through
Oh.
the ice. But
Everything
God!
went dark.
Hold on.
Everything went dark.
So as you step over
Faded.
onto the trap, you just barely manage to, as you kind of see, you just feel like the ground shaking beneath you, and suddenly the plant just seems to completely try to consume Yotama, just barely managing to get out of the way as it starts to trap Wingding inside of its thing.
Yeah. Can I react and cast hazard on it?
You are reacting
With fire?
by not being consumed by it.
That's fair. I'll accept this.
Awesome.
That is
I figured it's good.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
I want my
rolled one.
reaction. I rolled a 6 on initiative. Where's my reaction? It's coming eventually.
It's fine. It's fine.
Root, you kind of was like you were sitting there inspecting, and immediately like you look over and Otama seems to be completely like jumping out of the way at something as you see a plant completely encase Wingding grappling them as they take a because I need to save this. They take a 7 damage as you see Wingding trying to squawk violently inside the plant.
Interesting.
You see what now? You see the plant that's dancing, and now that it senses that something has touched, like, essentially, you notice that it starts to stop dancing as it points its little spiked, iced, like, needle-like hands at y'all.
Not good.
And it's Samira, your go.
Is my go. I'm gonna do what I'm horrible at and use trick attack. I'm gonna walk back. Samira doesn't even understand how they're gonna bluff a plant and just shoot its stem.
Do you speak plant?
Sure, it just makes.
I will be adding a -4 to this because you don't speak their language.
That's not how bluff works. It can be used in general. It doesn't.
You
Manning a
gotta
-4.
RP, gotta RP it real. How do you trick this plant?
How do I trick this plant?
Yeah. I believe one of the
Mhm.
I believe one of the like options is like you do like a cartwheel or something.
Do a cartwheel.
I think that was one of the examples or something.
Oh wait, no. Their stuff is based on motion, right? Right? They're gonna stomp the ground to make it so that the direction seems more to their right of where the noise is coming from. I think. Does that make enough sense?
Yeah,
Thank you.
Oh, let's go.
you barely managed to bluff. Wait, hold on. What happens if it matches the CR?
Give me a second.
I
This
think
is
it
what-
needs to beat this.
20 plus your target's EC. As if it matches, I succeed.
It matches.
Okay, it's flat-footed to this. Okay, that's. Then all that work just to get 5 damage.
You and your low rolls.
Can't help
The
it.
0
Starts
D8.
in the ground and then shoots the plant stem.
The plant takes 5 damage. Root, it is your go. You shall see Wingding actively being consumed by plant.
Okay.
A very non-compliant plant.
A very I mean, yes, it's a very non-compliant plant. My question is Wingding an associate now?
They would be, yes, you already defined that they are now company property.
Oh, yeah, they're an associate. I have to help them. All right. So, I'm gonna take out the sword that I found. Now, you described the sword almost like it has like a scissor portion to it, right?
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah. So, almost like you might even describe them as some kind of shears.
Yeah.
And shears are known as a very useful gardening tool.
Yeah, I'll give you a plus. I'll give you a bonus to this. I'll give you a bonus to bring them. Go and attack the plant.
I'm gonna draw the sword, and then is it? Do I need to add the bonus, or are you adding it?
I'll add it.
Okay. And I am.
It is actively feeding, so it has a low AC.
Alright.
Yeah, that'll hit.
I rolled a 15.
Let's go.
Let's go. Now let's roll some damage.
Drink marrow.
Just do
Yep.
some 9 points of damage. And
That is enough. You kill the you cut the plant in two. As you cut it, it opens up the maw, and Wingding is now freed.
Yay.
Oh,
I
yeah.
do good. Alright, move action to draw, standard action attack. I don't really have anything
It did
else
take
to do.
damage.
Wingding.
Wingding is going to spend one of their resolves to go and not be unconscious.
Oh my god, they
Wingding has
live.
resolve.
Wingding has resolve.
Wingding has resolve.
That's why
Alright.
Wingding is an associate now.
Let me just do a quick measure. 40 feet. Yeah.
Wingding got wing fucked.
I'll say those are definitely closed at the moment. They don't seem to be bugging anything at all.
Sus.
Suspicious. Suspect. Alright.
There was a beautiful cliff face over here. All these are like cliffs that are about 10 feet up from it.
I'll trust you on this one. Let's see. I don't really got much to really. I want to really hit this, so. Dude, I don't like the cliffs around here. They're scary. They're full of fucking things.
I will
I'm
say
good.
Root is partially in the line of fire from you to the plant itself.
He is.
Yeah. See it's mentality.
Let's see what it be. Yeah, I'm just gonna scuttle up here. Oh.
No, not scuttling.
Give me that
Okay.
reflex save.
Apparently not. God damn it,
Did
knew
I
it.
did I
I knew it
choose
was
the
happening.
only did I choose the only square without a plant monster in it?
I will share the image afterwards as you barely dodge out of the way. How do you
Where?
navigate from there? I will give you 5 feet of movement.
I'm gonna navigate right sort of.
Right where I
Yeah.
was.
There's 5. Right here.
Give me that other reflex save.
Oh my god! Please. Please. Oh, thank god.
I'd like to. I post this in the chat.
Oh god, no. Did I.
That's fucking hilarious.
I was looking.
Oh my god.
I was.
You know, you see, you guys just don't know where to stand. I clearly do.
Moo just stood directly in the middle of 3 of them.
Do I get another 5 feet for
You get
for
5
this?
feet more, but I will say you are gonna take a little bit of damage just trying to as it clips your ankle. You take 2 damage and I will give you 5 more feet of movement.
Okay. And this scoots to where I was. Don't.
You're
Zerna,
good.
don't.
You are good. It is safe.
You actual bastards. Where is it? Where is it? Targeting this. I'm targeting this idiot. Fucking go blast him.
They will have a
adding
small
my-
chance of hurting the seeds. It'll be a roll.
I have a
I'm gonna be
question.
Mm-hmm.
These
Oh,
creatures,
God.
are they actual like the Venus flytraps, or are
Yes.
they part of the bigger creature?
Give me a life science check.
I can't. I'm not trained.
You can give me the check. It doesn't mean you'll be good at it, but you can always give me the check. Maybe you'll get lucky. You were not lucky. You are unsure. The snow seems to be covering their vines, so you're unsure how deep it goes.
Are they blue?
No, they are not.
Okay.
I think they'll be fine. I'm gonna blast them. So, did 27 hit?
Did you say frostbite? What kind of damage does this do?
That is cold damage.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Alright, make me a fortitude save as well.
So it'll make the fortitude save.
Oh,
And it'll
thank you.
take 2 cold damage.
Fair.
I shoot the ice plant with what? Ice.
Zerna, the only weapon damage I have other than that is fire. You gotta, Zerna, you gotta work. I have 2 damage types, but one of them you confirmed will actively ruin everything. This is my only option.
It is the plant's turn, and you see, you just see it seems to be almost like being damaged as it kind of starts to wiggle a little bit, It's going to. Oop, this is not going to be enough to hit Root, sadly. And it's going to use its other one with its funky layer action. It's going to make a second tendril attack and miss that one. Root, as you see this thing, move. I want you to move me 5 feet somewhere.
Nope, I want to stay exactly where I am.
Are you sure? I mean, like I said, the vines are coming up from underneath the ground to grab at you. There you go. Yeah, these you see these grosses, you're just able to, as it's trying to attack you, you just barely manage to dodge out of the way, as it is essentially, you just see the roots come from underneath like the snow and begin to wrap up in the area where you just were. Otama, it is your go.
So there's a bunch of roots here now, right?
Yep. I'll put this
Second.
token here to show.
And
I'll
there's
just-
not like
Flip it upside down too, so that we know it's just.
I'm gonna-
roots.
I'm gonna make a different color for it.
so the
It's
one here, get out of my face. So the one that had Wingding is dead, right?
Yeah.
I will cast Hazard on this guy. So I need a DC 14 reflex
On the big guy?
on this guy.
Yeah, I think it'll be a nat 20s.
Nat 20, no.
You could technically get them all with that.
It's a 5-foot burst. The reflex, the nat 20. I was even going to give it negative modifiers, but it's just like you just see it, just like what are you doing with this spell?
Basically, I'm trying to put a little flame burst on its root to try to deal some flame damage. And
Trying to
she'll
put a
just kind of
flame
like,
burst on root.
no, on their roots, like on the stem.
So it says 5-foot burst. So is it just going to be targeting this plant specifically?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see it and like it coats itself quickly in a coating of ice to keep it from freezing over.
Darn it! And then I'll pass.
Root, it is Samir.
Why does this get my turn?
It's because they ended the turn the same time I moved turns.
Ah, I see. Okay. I'm gonna target the tendrils. I'm
Mhm.
gonna do trick attack, but I'm going to grab a rock with my free hand and throw it near them to distract them with that. So they hear motion over there. Trick attack, bluff check. I succeeded. I don't know. Oh yeah. You're flat-footed.
The plants.
We get one hero point a thing,
Oh
right?
god.
I get one hero
That's
point.
two nat ones this session, my dude.
It's
Do it.
insane.
Give
You
it,
get a hero
you
point,
could,
right?
yeah, you get one hero.
Hey,
No.
does that hit with flat-footed? No.
No.
Okay.
Roll above a
No.
5 and maybe I'll give you something. Wait, was it a 5? That was a 5! It was a 5! Your
It's
two
hard to do
rolls, 1s and 5s.
It's hard to get above that, man. I'm trying.
Moved it as your cover. Root, what are you doing, buddy? This thing is
Alright.
dancing menacingly.
Yeah, I don't like the way it dances. So, this, what did you describe this as?
This
exactly?
is gonna basically be the roots that have now tangled. Like imagining it's like shoelaces. Imagine like the roots came up and tried to grab you and failed, so now the roots are just there. It's difficult terrain.
Okay, so that's just terrain. It's not like
Yeah, and these are technically closed up, so you would be able to get past these with like a simple like acrobatics or athletics check. You'd be able to get past these if you wanted to go under the ice.
All right. I'm gonna slash at this one.
Okay.
It might have seeds in it, right?
That's a possibility.
Alright, let me slash at it. Cut down on the number of enemies that we're dealing with.
That'll hit.
14?
And that's actually enough. You manage to cut into them, and this plant, you do manage to cut it as its source as it opens up, and you see a different kind of seed on it, but it does seem to have seeds.
I didn't know that gardening was this intense.
Aggressive gardening.
Aggressive guy.
Where would you like to go, Ruth? Or would you like to stay exactly where you are?
Yeah, I don't.
I don't think I'm moving yet.
Wingding is gonna use their second resolve point to go to 1 HP. And now actually stand up. They're going to back away. They're gonna go hang out by Nigel.
Wingding, you coward!
What are you gonna do? Call him chicken?
Yeah.
He is a fucking chicken. Yes!
It's a little chicken.
Okay. So, I want to make a life science check on this guy. And
Go for it.
basically, what I'm looking for are, like, are his seeds the same as these guys' seeds?
Yeah, give me a life science check.
And then also, this is an automatic nat 20 because of my thing.
Does that work in combat?
It does. It's a move action.
I would say with that, it does seem to be different. It does seem to be different seeds. These seem to be almost like a greenish, and these seem to be that bluish that's in the dead center of it. By just looking at how these two are connected, you would basically be able to make an assumption that this thing is controlling the plants around it.
Bless the Lord. I look at this. I pull out my sniper rifle and fucking blast it. This one's gonna have the regulator as well. Let's see. Does a 17 hit?
17 will
Or
hit.
EAC? Let's go! Alright, this is single D8. So 5 fire damage. And then give me a fortitude save. Damn it. It always-
And we'll take 7 fire damage. I need you to roll me a flat d20.
A flat D20. Alright.
This will determine, would you like to re-roll that? Do you want crispy seeds?
What can't affect those guys' seeds? Unless it's a horrible chain reaction.
You're
this-
firing at this guy, right? This is the seeds that you need from this guy.
I'm firing at this guy. This guy's who I have targeted.
Who?
All over to the right.
This guy.
Oh yeah, 100%. That 100% dies.
Okay,
Ah!
yeah.
Also, make sure to heal this guy.
Yeah, thank you.
And that's my turn. Yep.
There we go.
1 round later.
You see it, let's see. Asta or Root? Let me roll a d20. Asta's gonna be 1 and 2, Root's gonna be 3 and 4. Let's just see here. Just gonna do a little funny roll here. Does a... Nope, 10. It's not gonna do it. And then it'll do its layer action. 20 will.
That will.
You see it do... You see these, like, vines. One vine comes up, you're just barely able to dodge, and then you fall into a second vine, taking 7 damage. As
Ow.
it picks you up, and since you are a small creature, it can throw you up to, let me double check. As it grabs you, it can throw you up. So small creatures, it can throw you up to 15 feet.
Okay. 15 feet
You
there.
see
Am I going
this.
towards him?
You see this thing huck you directly onto the ice. Roll me
Do I
a
slide an
flat.
extra 5 feet. Like,
Nope, but roll me a flat d20.
can I re-roll that?
Fuck.
Yes, you may. You barely. You didn't see that token ice on it. You barely, as you fly into the ice, you think you're going to crack it, but luckily, since you are a smaller creature, the ice doesn't begin to crack underneath you, but you do see, like, the ice beginning to crack underneath you.
Gotcha.
And it is your go.
It's oh yeah. So I'm gonna attempt to move away and probably slide.
You slide an extra 5 feet.
Yeah. I'll try to stop, slide an extra 5 feet. Look at the creature, and I'm going to.
What you gonna do to the funky plant?
I'm gonna cast fatigue and try to hit it.
The plant is. What? The plant will be tired. Let's see if it can. Ooh. That was
15 hit?
technically. You have to roll an attack.
I know,
15? Yes, a
Yeah.
15 will hit.
Okay, so I need a DC 14 Fortitude save.
Yes. It fails.
It is fatigued 1.
I'm not too sure how this will play into its kit, but okay, it is fatigued one.
Fatigued for 2 rounds.
Okay, you've now
And
fatigued.
it does
the
not
plant.
provoke attacks of opportunity either. Fun
Oh
fact.
yeah, attack of opportunities.
Yeah. Anyway,
Give me another flat d20.
let's go!
The ice manages to stay firm underneath your feet. Samira, it is your go.
Yeah. Samira's gonna use the distraction of you fatiguing it to run up to the edge, but not actually on the ice, and take a shot at it. Make sure I have it targeted. Alright. Bluff. See, that's the seeds.
High bluffs check now for the 5.
It is flat-footed to this.
Nice. How you feeling?
Oh no.
Yeah, check your temperature real quick. Like Jesus.
Yes, I'm so glad to be here. I'll just stay here and watch. Yes,
Listen, man,
minute.
Real, I will say, you're confusing the absolute fuck out of that plant.
This plant has no idea what didn't hit it.
I'm gonna be honest at this point. Spirit thinks they're firing blanks. They think someone switched their actual bullets out for blanks.
Oh my God.
This
That's one
plant
that's
is-
like Top Gun.
This plant is very confused by you. You have proven to bluff it so much, it has no idea. It does not even consider you a threat. It has no idea what you were doing.
He's trying.
Mood, it is your go.
Some crazy
Right.
confuse themselves. They're like, they've seen that their gun is jammed like 3 times.
They're trying to do like a pistol twirl and then shoot, but he always just shoots like in random
Prematurely.
directions.
It just hits like the side of a tree somehow.
Yeah. Like one goes directly into the dirt.
This is my 3rd nat 1. Just take your turn. Just
To be fair, your bluff checks have been on point.
I've been like bluffing the shit. I'm lying to myself. Samira is lying to themselves that they're actually good at something.
I'm so good. I'm so great. Nobody can stop me.
Except
Fucking
my...
suck. No, I don't.
What?
What are you doing, buddy?
So, Professor Maple did explain where the seeds were to all of us, right?
In the dead center of this plant, in the dead center, you see like a few bulbous seeds that seem to be almost glowing a bright blue directly in the middle of this open like flower.
Okay. So I'm going. Root will run up this way, and then
Give me a reflex save.
yeah, sure.
They're all. It's just. Venus flytraps everywhere.
21.
You manage to dodge out of the way as another Venus flytrap tries to consume you.
All right. So Root kind of like tumbles into this square, and its feet like line up perfectly with the edge of the rock, and Root just kind of like squats down, and then like cybernetic implant. Well, I mean it's robotic, but like cybernetic bullshit in their thighs. Let them like just do this supercharged leap. And Root's going to like dive for the seeds.
Okay. Give me the acrobatics check.
Can do. And I will be using one of my equipment bullshit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, give me athletics. Sorry, then athletics.
Yep. I just wanted to post that so that you know where my bullshit was coming from. 30.
I like it was the plus 8. Did that give you
Plus
2
plus
plus 8? I will say
Actually, no,
you
it
were 16 plus 6 plus 8. Yeah, that did it right. 16 plus you rolled a 16 then plus 6 plus 8. I would say you're able to get on top of the plant, so you're not going to land on the ice. Though I will need an additional athletics check or an attack roll to try to get the seed off of the plant safely.
You're right. I will go for the athletics check. 18?
Nah, slightly too low for it. I was looking for a 20 on this one because you were precisely trying to get in the middle of its maw. I will say you would not be on ice though.
Okay, so I'm like on top of the plant then.
Yep.
All right, I think that's my whole turn.
Wingding Bakok's away as Ash lines up this shot. Not with their. They realizing they don't want to freeze this thing. But they'll be.
Oh, I can get staggered.
It just goes over and just freezes. It's the ice on ice violence, you know, as it begins to almost freeze this plant over, reducing its health massively. As for you, Root, so let me get all of these small creatures. Let's just see, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Yep, it is going to try targeting you, Root, as you are so close to it. It's gonna try 17.
17 is enough to hit me.
It will pick you up and try slinging you across the ice, and I need you to roll me a flat d20. You do not break the ice as you go sliding right in front of Samir. And you take 4 damage. We got 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then Asta, it will use its last action to use its layer action to try pulling you up and try. You're gonna see, Odama, as Roots, like, just bail as you're kind of aware of your surroundings. Roots begin to come up from underneath the water Move 5 feet.
In any direction,
Yep.
or we?
You move 5 feet as roots begin to come up and try to just completely break through the ice where you just were to try to pull you underneath the ice. It is your go.
Nice.
That crit really did a lot of damage to this thing.
Yeah. It did.
You see some of its tendrils itself turn to ice, as one of its little sharp pointy things has been completely frozen over and fallen off.
This
It's
isn't like a
too cold.
CR3, right?
It is a CL3.
This spell will work. Days.
A humanoid creature.
Oh, humanoid. Sorry.
It's humanoid enough.
I'll just hazard it with a little flame burst.
Okay.
Just need a reflex.
It fails.
Yay! Yay!
Wanted me to give you a blast. It does actually trigger its extra damage, so it does take an extra damage from that.
And then... Oh no!
Oh
I did
no.
it right on the seeds.
As you start to create this ice or this fire in your hands, essentially, you melt the ice away enough to then fall almost in the water. I need a reflex of 17.
You want to see a really funny trick?
Mm.
25.
You dodge out, move 5 whole feet.
Okay,
As
I'll move
the
wherever it
ice is now caved in right there. Samir, it is your go. You see
Yep.
Alistair just barely dancing around this ice.
No. Since Samir is having a problem with shooting people, not gonna be able to do that. I'm gonna try doing something similar to Root did, where they're gonna go up here, and they're gonna jump off and try to use their wingsuit to glide over towards the middle of it and try grabbing the seeds. Am I able to use a acrobatics check for that?
For the flying, you won't need. If you have a wingsuit, I will say the wingsuit does overcome this. I do need an athletics check against the seeds, or an attack roll.
Attack roll. Can I argue acrobatics or no?
Not for grabbing the seeds.
I will do an attack roll then.
Yeah, do an attack roll and on attack. DC
No,
was 20.
I
I will say you land on top.
Okay, I'm on top of it. I'm fine with that. And make it easier for next time.
Yeah. I will say you will get a more advantage next time. As you did manage to just ban. I'll say you grabbed one of the seeds. You grabbed a singular seed of it. There is at least about 3. And you also don't have to take the, you also don't have to risk falling through the ice yet.
Alright, so Root is going to do much the same thing again. Just leap up onto it with a athletics check of...
Oh.
You look at the reroll.
I'll reroll that.
The double net one. Come on.
Let's do it.
Nah,
Yeah,
you managed to get on top of it as well. Samira, I'll say Samira will be able to at least give you a +2 to this since you are now both on top of it together.
Alright, I'm gonna take my sword and hack down at it.
Give me that attack roll. Are you attacking the plant or the seeds?
The plant.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take them like big ass garden shears and I'm gonna start cutting things off.
That will be enough to attack. That will be enough to hit the plant. Not enough to attack the seeds, luckily, but enough to attack the plant.
And I'm gonna roll damage. It can take 5 points of damage.
You do that, and the plant is you're going to cut it off at its stem. You can describe a little bit more, but you essentially have sheared this plant. You may describe your shearing of this plant.
All right, you see the big leafy parts? I'm targeting those, and I'm like cutting them off by the stem, so that it just doesn't have them anymore. The little needle things that it's got, like the needle tentacles, I'm chopping those off. You know, I'm kind of like twisting, ripping it too. And I'm just basically, not cutting up this plant and leaving it in tatters.
And I'll say Samira's helping you with this. On
Yes.
top of that, they're providing additional assistance being so close to it.
Yeah, Samira would be doing that.
And now with the plant, I would say both of you give me an athletics check.
Sure,
DC's
is
a
it
lot
athletic-
lower.
Can I
Not
add
for
my
jumping.
athletics?
It's not for
Damn it.
jumping. This is for the seeds.
Oh, for the seeds. I'm
Yeah.
really good at this. Um.
Austin, give me a quick athletics check, Austin. The negative one. You got this.
Wait, athletics?
Yeah.
Athletics,
Hey,
you got this with the
Hey, guys.
with the force.
I have a -3 to strength.
As oddly enough, as Samira and Root are trying to get to these seeds, as you cut it, the plant falls one way, and like the seeds go a different way. Root and Samira basically have to begin to jump off the plant, as Asta is just barely able to reach out and grab the seeds before they fall into the water with their -1 strength.
Oh god! She like falls over a little bit because they're so heavy.
Root and Samira, give me 2 flat d20s.
Sure thing.
Root, you land on the ice and it breaks underneath you. Give me a reflex,
Sure.
so you can finally dodge out of the way. This will be the last. So you dodge. You trip and dodge and weave, and you're finally able to get everyone else, I would say, able to get off of the ice. The plant is no more, and Asta has at least 2 of this 3 seeds, and Samira has the other seed.
That was a little bit more eventful than I thought it would be. I'm just getting some seeds. We got it.
Who knew gardening was so intense? All right, now what?
Got the seeds?
Go back to Maple and give him the seeds. You know, go with his winter clothing. It's like Samira's out of breath.
Did we get the clothing already? Did he lend that to us?
No.
Or do we have to go back and get it?
You have to go back and get it. He does not trust you until you at least show you can give him something he wants.
Okay, we got everything that we need. And, kind of like slips off the ice a little bit and like slide. Okay, so, where's Nigel? Maybe we should show them off to Nigel. Make sure they're like the right thing. Because it really sucked if we like went all the way back and then they were like, haha, this acting's the right one.
Nigel's
Wait,
talking
no,
with
no.
Glass with Wingding. Glass is on top of Wingding to calm them down to make sure they didn't run off. Nigel seems to be talking to Glass with his binoculars like 2 inches away from Glass's face, and Glass is like very uncomfortable by the attention. Yes, see, this is a Skorox. The wide variant of Skoroxes in this area has led to very grand forestations. The Skorox will bury the seeds and then bury into holes to wait out the winter to see the new nuts that produce on the plants. Smash it. He seems to be
Nigel?
giving Glass a lecture.
Nigel, as Samira holds up one of the seeds, These are the things. These are the seeds we're supposed to collect, right?
Precisely. The voluptuous plant is no more, and now we have the growthy seeds to then plant for futuristic endeavors. Turns the binoculars to the plant seeds in your hand. Go ahead, Root.
I have a question about Wingding. How's Wingding looking?
Not very good. Wingding has 1 HP.
Wingding has an entire hit point. How generous. Anyway, let's do some repairs on Wingding.
I'll join
please.
in.
Please do.
So would I roll an engineering check on this?
Engineering. It is not computers.
Can I do mending first just to give a little extra bubble just in
Yes.
case this goes wrong?
Sure. We can do yours first. All right.
It's restored to half hit points.
Alright,
you were
then
able
I
to
start,
heal up.
You know, mending wires, and while I'm working on Wingding, have we like cooled it down to the point where it's like a
Getting
proper,
dangerous.
a proper party member? Like it responds to
So
our commands and such.
you remember that it will obey anyone on top of it. You programmed it to basically obey anyone who rides on top of it. But if it is left without, if some reason somebody does not ride on top of it, it goes a little bit wild. Someone
Alright.
has to be riding for it to understand and be obedient.
Can I program it with us, like to respond to and kind of
Like
obey us, our party
Give-
here?
Yeah, give me a computer check.
To our computer.
See how well.
Biological symbol.
16.
You would figure that with some training you could, but you would need like a compliance chip. You could probably try using your own compliance chip as a reference guide, but you would need a little bit more mechanical doodads to be able to get it to respond immediately. But you do figure with it, you could build your own custom compliance chip to put inside of it. You would have the parts back at the ship. You feel like you have enough parts back at the ship to be
I
able
definitely
to.
do. I have a whole storage
Yeah.
room full of them.
You would figure that you could piece together a compliance chip that would make it do exactly what you wanted it to do.
Cool. That's the only computer check I'm gonna roll this entire session.
Just like you kind of see Glass. Well, I saw it running away and I didn't want it to get lost for Asta, so I thought maybe it would make Asta feel better to not have the Wingding to run off, so I leaped on top of it. I was gonna join y'all, but I didn't want it to get
I
destroyed.
just shove Glass Howl off and hop on Wingding.
They reflex. They do a call.
Savagery.
They do a call wheel off.
Mine.
Good job, Glasshouse.
I'll just say mine and just hop on Wingding and have it move away from Glass.
That's it. It was nice riding you while I could. When just kind of reaches out their paw and then kind of pulls it back. Now with these coniferous cold plant seeds, we can finally return and get the proper winterous chilly clothing for the voracious weather we're enduring. And he will lead you back to the greenhouse. And just because we have only 3 of 5, I think this might be where we have it today.
Might be where we have it.
And people can remember to get sleep. Like, the thing that people need to survive. Maybe we can all have a lesson together of learning what sleep means.
What
We can
sleep?
all have a lesson together of learning what sleep means. Well, I will go ahead and wait out to Kitsu. I will make fun of Saber when they join back.
Sounds good.
That was a fun session.
The next thing is going to be literally roleplay and then your first Digimon battle. So
Digimon
Let's
battle.
go.
I want Saber to be there for that.
Yeah.